Welcome to story time. I want to show you a few things. If you know me at all, you know that recently, and even not so recently, I got into flying drones. Let me tell you the story about how that happened. I have a friend, his name is Phil Rice. He's a missionary in Romania. And a long time ago, I have been into filmography, cinematography, etc. for a while. And I said to Phil, I would love to learn how to fly drones. And Phil has been into RC radio control airplanes for forever. So he said, hey, there's this place that you can learn how to build your own drone. It's called FliteTest, your own quadcopter. So I went all in on that and decided that I was going to build a quadcopter. And I want to show you the first quad that I ever built. It was the Versacopter. Here it is. This was not the smartest thing to try to get into at the very beginning. Never even got this quad in the air because I cannot solder to save my life. So I decided to go the DJI route, and I originally purchased this, which is a DJI Spark. And this Spark has served me well. I've got a great story about this little guy. Lost him in the woods the first week that I got him. Long story short, finally found him. A bunch of ticks and a bunch of rainstorms later, threw it in rice, and he still works. But this summer I decided that I wanted to get into FPV. So I went to Beta FPV and I bought their Cetus kit, which was their beginner kit, and it came with everything you need for FPV. It came with goggles, it came with the controller, and it came with this little bitty brushed whoop, which has brushed motors on it. And this thing, I've been flying the snot out of this all summer long with these little goggles on my head where I can see what's going on. And I said, okay, I'm getting the hang of this. Now I'm gonna buy a new Cinewhoop, which is a Cinelog 25. This thing has a lot more power than this thing. However, I live in Florida and I accidentally accidentally hit a snag, which is called Spanish moss. So crashed this guy and burned out a motor. So I'm waiting for another one of these motors to come on in from our friends overseas, and then I will have to try to solder that guy back together. In the meantime, I've decided that I really like these mini quads, and they got the camera on them and you can see where you're going. It's so much more fun than the bigger ones for me right now. And so the only problem with these is that they don't take very good video. Now you can get goggles that will have the DVR on them where you can actually record what you're doing, but that is always, when it's analog, a very bad quality video feed. So I got something in the mail yesterday called the Mobula 6 HD, and the idea with this guy is that he has an HD camera and records video. So I'm going to take this outside, first flight, see if I don't crash it in our backyard, and see how it flies. All right, here we go. Maiden flight of the Mobula 6 HD in my backyard. Hopefully we don't crash. Hopefully we don't crash into the fountain over there. Yeah, let's see how it flies.